Yo, what's good? It's the Mad Gamer back. Another one. On this episode, here with my boy, the Gamer Twins. One of the Gamer Twins. What's good with you?
What's good? What's good?
Shit, bro. We about to check out these the top 10 disappointments or something for the year.
Such as Helldivers 2, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Dune Part 2, and Shogun, it's not unreasonable to consider 2024 a good year for pop culture. But the smooth always comes with the rough. And the past year really has been a rocky one for the things we love and the people who make them. From layoffs and studio closures to costly consoles, underwhelming adaptations, and struggling sequels, these are the biggest disappointments of 2024.
That shit looks so garbage. What is that?
No.
The fake
The
Fortnite.
games industry found itself facing a crisis in 2023 as many publishers and studios, both large and small, made scores of staff redundant.
Layoff.
Remember in the last video we were just talking about why it was only 2 games coming out in the last video. Now we see all these layoffs. This is why. So they laying everybody off. I ain't gonna say,
The games industry found itself facing a crisis in 2023 as many publishers and studios, both large and small, made scores of staff redundant in an effort to cut costs. But the pains of that year would be repeated in 2024, which has seen an estimated 13,000 job losses, a 23% increase year on year. The cuts have seen thousands of talented studio staff thrown into the most difficult job market the games industry has ever seen, with developers attempting to find new roles in a landscape where companies are slimming down.
Everybody just gonna make their own shit now. That's what's gonna happen. That's probably how that Lies of P happened.
Among the major companies cutting staff loose have been Riot, Microsoft, Bungie, Unisys.
That's what happened with that one joint, X Defiant. A couple niggas from Call of Duty went over there and made their own. But that shit got discontinued.
Interactive, EA, and PlayStation. Such businesses have.
Yeah, that shit kind of fun. Bro, when I seen you couldn't lay down on that shit, I'm like, bro, you can't lay down. Lay down faster, bro. You feel me?
Reduce their staff numbers for a variety of reasons and factors, be that rising development costs, shifting player habits in the years following the COVID-19 pandemic, and the global impact of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Whatever the reasons, remaining staff at these publishers and studios must continue to work in uncertain times without the aid of their former colleagues. Adding to the dismal picture are several studio closures. Perhaps the most prominent among them is Arcane Austin, Bethesda's immersive sim specialist responsible for the acclaimed Prey.
Yeah, nowadays. What game is this?
Sadly, its most recent release, Redfall, was a critical and commercial bomb. A situation that's...
You said what?
I said they probably learn off the artists. They still need their ideals though.
Hell yeah.
Arcane Austin was shuttered by parent company Microsoft, along with AlphaDog Games, Roundhouse Games, and Hi-Fi Rush developer Tango Gameworks. Somewhat miraculously, Tango was rescued by Krafton in a last-minute turn of fate, but such good news is rare. Also suffering closure this year was PlayStation's London studio, Galvanic Games, Avalanche Studio Group's New York and Montreal studios, as well as others. To say it's been a tough year is an understatement. Avalanche closure this year was PlayStation's London studio, Galvanic Games, Avalanche Studio Group's New York and Montreal studios, as well as others. To say it's been a tough year is an understatement. Another developer closed for good is Firewalk Studios, the team behind what is certainly PlayStation's biggest disaster of the generation, Concord. A PvP hero shooter, its long and costly development meant it arrived long after the genre had peaked in popularity. But despite being developed by many FPS veterans, hailing from the likes of Bungie and Activision, what could have been PlayStation's next big multiplayer phenomenon struggled to stand out from the likes of...
Yeah, big disappointment. I think it came out and it like closed 2 days later. You can't even get this game no more, bro. Yeah, it can't. It closed like 2 days later or some shit.
Overwatch and Apex Legends, thanks to its lackluster character kits and standard fair objective design. From the outside, Concord simply looked like another typical hero shooter, which meant few wanted to see what was going on inside. It's not an exaggeration to say that almost no one turned up for its August release. It achieved a high of just 697 concurrent
I
players
know
on
it's coming
Steam
out.
during its first week. Less than 2
That's
weeks
look
later,
nice.
Sony
Yeah,
pulled
that's look
Concord
alright,
from
actually.
sale, refunded players, and
It's
shut the
just
game
fun.
down. By
The
the end of
third-person
October,
flip?
Firewalk Studios was closed for business. It all sadly means that Concord is gone without a trace. Well, almost. An episode of Amazon's secret level
must
animated
had a bad
series
lunch.
serves as a prequel to the ongoing Concord in-game story that never happened. A similar, thankfully less tragic story
Yeah,
also
that bad
happened
lunch
earlier
or
this year
something.
with Rockstar
You said it what?
They must have had a bad lunch, like a lunch.
Mhm.
The lunch was probably horrible.
Rocksteady's Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. After months of poorly received marketing, Suicide Squad launched as a critical and commercial bomb. As with Concord, much
Damn.
of Kill the Justice League's failings were due to chasing trends that players have long since largely tired of. In this case, the Destiny-style live service shooter grind.
shit, that's
It didn't
what it
help
is.
that Suicide Squad resembled Crystal
That
Dynamics'
shit is- but
ill-fated
why they gotta make everything like a looter shooter though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some
Avengers
online.
game from
You know what I mean? Buying
a
shit.
few years back, which similarly annoyed players for being a repetitive multiplayer PvE game. In Suicide Squad's case, it was a shattering fall from grace for a studio that previously made beloved single-player Batman games. Many of us just wanted more of that best-in-class superhero action with a villainous twist. But sadly, Warner Bros.' chase of live service revenue seemingly got in the way. Not that it paid off. An initial lack of sales and dwindling players has contributed to a significant revenue decline for the company. Thankfully, Rocksteady has not paid the price for this and remains open for business.
Bro, ain't nobody playing this Suicide Squad during this whack. I don't know if you've seen it, bro. They killed the whole Suicide Squad. They killed the whole Suicide Squad in that joint. You seen that shit?
The time-compressing effect of the pandemic years has disguised the fact
And what
that,
they did with
yes,
that
we're
PlayStation?
already
You said what?
They did something with the PlayStation Pro.
Oh, that new update. I don't know. I seen the article. I didn't click on it. I should have clicked on it.
Yeah, I turned on the PlayStation and the PlayStation Pro, and I didn't see nothing. And they did. They said you gotta go on the settings, but I ain't see nothing.
Oh, okay, some shit like that.
at the midpoint of the current console generation. Right on cue, Sony delivered its mid-cycle refresh PlayStation 5 Pro, and it's safe to say that practically no one was pleased by its 700
Hey, they better not dare disrespect.
They say
The
they said this is a
PlayStation Pro.
disappointment. They
Yeah,
tripping.
come on,
They
man.
wild.
How?
They
When
wild.
Nintendo Switch taking forever to come out, Xbox ain't even dropping no more.
Yeah,
Xbox only,
nobody ain't even dropping nothing.
yeah,
They don't even
yeah,
drop
Xbox trying to get you to play on your cell phone, bro. Like,
it. Mhm.
how is that a disappointment?
It's not a
$100 price tag.
It's $700.
Oh, they finna go over the gameplay.
Yeah.
Come on, and how's the disappointment? Come on, man. This
I
not a
mean, shit is clear, yeah.
It is not essential.
This is
It
not
is a nice to have.
That's not just down to the
PlayStation ain't
cost of
break off
living
the
squeezing
check. That's why they
everyone's
mad
wallets.
as hell.
Mark Cerny's presentation, that apparently showcased the console's ability to render The Last of Us Part 2 remastered so much better than the base console, was basically they're the same picture meme from The Office in action.
They wild.
Well, there's definitely
Bro, the thing about that PlayStation, you know, we talked about it before, bro. They sold us some shit that they were supposed to been sell us. We were supposed to
Yeah.
get 4K 60, 120, and you know what I mean, 120, 60, and all that back with the first PlayStation 5.
But they wasn't ready yet. We already knew the PlayStation 5 wasn't ready yet when they released it. It wasn't even ready for what they had out already.
Yeah, you're
So,
right, but I ain't
yeah.
know how unready it was. Goddamn.
Yeah, it
An
wasn't
updated
ready,
PS4, that bruh, like me and you were saying before, bro, that PS5 Pro, that's the real PlayStation 5 right there.
Well, the gaming industry is moving behind AI. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
AI is moving way faster than the gaming industry. That's why
Mm.
they're probably doing all these layoffs.
Yeah, they don't need them no
Because-
more.
Yeah, they
They
don't
need
need
it.
them no more because the AI is moving faster than the gaming industry, and the gaming industry is basically humans.
Yeah.
So they,
But with
gotta
that AI,
step
that
up their
shit
game.
Yeah, they got to step up their game. But that AI don't be having no soul. Like, don't be having no soul at all. It just be, you know what I mean? Just a whole bunch. You know what I mean? It'd be a game, and that's what be happening with these generic ass games. I mean, it's a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that one joint? I ain't never been to space, baby. You know Star Wars, the one where he's on a bike, the new joint.
Oh yeah, that shit was ass.
Yeah, that joint was a generic game.
No, actually, it was a good game, bro. That was a good game.
Why'd you put it down, bro? It
just was boring.
Yeah,
boring. It was boring. Like they did the landscaping of the game was nice, but it was just like a boring game. They had no like activities in it.
No soul.
Yeah.
Time for the PS5 Pro to prove.
Though. That the graphics on it is crazy.
Got up out of there though, right?
No, they about getting back in there. They say they got to do some refreshing. They need to add some more characters in that game.
Why it costs $200 more than the PS5 Pro to prove why it costs $200 more than the regular PS5, the initial results have been pretty disappointing. Rather than eliminate the need to decide between quality and performance modes, developers have added even more options to Pro patch games, with confusing names such as Fidelity
Yeah, they saying that's a disappointment. They got to
Pro
stop.
and Versatility.
I was
Remember when you just
surprised
plugged
to
in
come
a
out.
console and it worked? Halcyon days. Plus, all the Pro's extra power can't even make Bloodborne look any better.
Man, come on. Stop it.
They said
That shit look crispy. What you talking about? They made that shit
Sony
look, bro,
fans got
hold
a
up.
console though. After
Why that
months
shit
of
look like an anime? You see that, bro? That shit looks like a cartoon. You see that shit? Bro, Bloodborne. Oh, bro, that shit make Bloodborne look different.
At
bro.
least Sony fans got a
Look
console
at this
though.
nigga.
After months of rumors that Nintendo was due to announce its successor to the Switch, the company announced a brand new piece of hardware, an alarm clock. Yes, the Alarmo is a $100 clock with game-themed alarms, and a motion sensor that can detect when you've got out of bed. It's hardly the Switch 2 we were
Might have to
hoping for.
cop.
And even when it comes to
is
Nintendo's
that?
history of weird hardware,
Alarm clock.
the Alarmo is far
A
from the most
Nintendo
interesting or
alarm
bizarre.
clock?
A true disappointment from the House of Marians. Gearbox's wacky looter
They
shooter
said the movie
Yo,
was a
listen.
disappointment.
Listen, man. They need to stop. They need
They
to
said the
stop
movie
this-
was a disappointment.
Yeah, they need to stop. The game is a
Was
disappointment,
transformed-
and the game is a disappointment, and the movie is a disappointment. That game is trash.
into a
Why they say the
hideously
movie is a
miscast
disappointment?
I don't know. I'm looking
Guardians
at
of the Galaxy ripoff for its live-action
seen the
big-screen
movie.
adventure. Many
I
of the
ain't seen
game's
it either.
best-known
Look alright,
qualities,
though.
such as
Yeah,
its
look-
sweary
look
sense of
alright.
humor and love of turning humans into
It
Bro,
probably
we
wasn't
gotta-
something that it probably wasn't something they're expecting. You gotta watch the movies for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
piles of goopy gore were toned down to the point of
I was about to
vanishing
say the same
completely.
thing.
The result was bland,
Yeah,
recycled
look,
MCU-ish ideas geared towards mass marketability. In short, a complete disaster. Unsurprisingly,
You're
it
probably
died
expecting more.
They be hating.
an unceremonious death when it launched in cinemas, with Lionsgate's CEO saying
They mad
nearly
'cause he got
everything that
kicked
could
down
go
in the
wrong
hole.
did go
Yeah.
wrong. It's arguable that an FPS like Borderlands was never going to survive the transition to cinema. A sequel to the most profitable comic book movie of all time and the first R-rated film to pass $1 billion at the box office,
Citizen
though,
Verge.
surely a second Joker was going to be an easy
Joker?
win. Not so much.
Joker movies.
Yo, yeah, it's going in the movies. This ain't really my lane usually, but I got
A
to
Foile
do.
Do
Joker,
turned
I
out to
was
be
very-
unusually dull.
I was very disappointed by
Follow-up, with director Todd
Yeah,
Phillips
yeah,
undoing
that
almost
is
all
alright.
the good he established in the first film. When
Shit
not
wasn't
even
that bad,
Lady
bro.
Bro,
Gaga
kill
can
them?
save your
Oh, man.
kinda sorta musical from
If
its
you think
snooze
about
fest
it,
courtroom.
everybody is a Joker.
Yeah.
So
One bad
they killed
square.
him, but a new Joker raised up after him. So that's, you know what I'm saying?
So you
Like,
saying the Joker we be seeing like in the nowadays shit might not be the real Joker? Just
Yeah.
okay, that's the original Joker.
Yeah, he probably was the original Joker that died in jail. And Jokers just keep spawning up.
Yeah, because remember he had that whole big ass following.
Yeah. He had, bro, everybody wanted to be the Joker. Even in Batman back in the days, like he had the whole city going crazy.
They did.